Today, we are talking about the brain-based benefits of a clean office. Does it matter? Yes. How to clean your office so that you can feel free, decluttered, and unburdened to get more done. What are the benefits of a clean office? Well, this is actually one of my favorite topics. If I hadn't been a brain scientist or a professor, I think I would have been a professional organizer. I absolutely believe fundamentally that being organized and having a clean space really helps with your ability to get things done and to be productive, and the research corroborates that. What we know is that actual physical clutter in our physical space translates into cognitive and mental clutter. And so the more cluttered that we feel, the more disorganized we feel the space around us is, the more disorganized our brain will be in learning new things, in accessing information, in making decisions, and in its processing. So the benefits of a clean office really do help your brain work better at work. And today we are going to talk about how to clean your office. Okay, so we know that cleaning your office is a really important process for decluttering not just your physical space, but your mental space. But how do you go about doing it? First things first. The first thing you want to do is you want to go into your office, and I want you to consider that everything in your physical space is not yours anymore, okay? So try to detach any emotion from it, try to detach any involvement from it, try to look at your own space as if it were someone else's and you were sort of agnostic to what's in there and why it's there. That's the first step. The second step is to ask yourself, what of all of this can I immediately throw away? You know it doesn't have a lot of use, or you know you'd no longer use it, or you know that there is something else that does the same thing. Whatever that is, that's the first question, is what can you immediately throw away? The second question to ask yourself is, what can I donate or give away that I might be able to maybe borrow back, I might have access to, but I don't need ownership of? One of the key things that helps with decluttering a space is what I call the difference between access and ownership. Do you actually need a stapler? What if your neighbor has the communal stapler and whenever you need a stapler, you use it? If, as an example, you can get rid of everything you need access to but not ownership of, this will also help declutter your space. The next step in decluttering your workspace is to ask yourself, what can you digitalize? Especially in today's day and age, it's so much easier to take a lot of those old paper files or those DVDs or those CDs or the DVD-ROMs as an example and digitalize them in some way that you can then have the data without all the physical clutter. So that's the next step, is ask yourself, what can I digitalize of everything that I have here? That will help you decrease how much stuff you physically have in your space. And that is the key. What we are trying to do is get rid of as much stuff as possible. Decluttering physically will really help you mentally. Now, there's another really good trick that professional organizers use that I absolutely love, and it's this. Even when you have things left over that you think you're going to use but you're not sure, do this. Take all the remaining things and put them in boxes as if you are moving. Okay? And what you're going to do is, with all of these boxes properly labeled, you are then only going to take out every day the things that you use. What professional organizers have found is that, in fact, the vast majority of things that you have not used after 6 months of time are things you don't need. And so that's what you will do. Pack everything remaining up into boxes, only take out what you use. At the end of 6 months, donate everything that's still in those boxes. You will be amazed with how much more you can actually get rid of. The next step is, once you have everything in your space that you know you need, you know you use over very regularly over the course of those 6 months, the next step is to make sure that you organize everything properly. Now, one of my favorite ways to organize things is to put it all away in categories, so that I have something in my office called a clean desk policy. But the idea is that there is a place for everything, and at the end of the day, everything goes in its place. If you walked by my desk after business hours, you would see just about nothing on the actual desk itself. And part of the reason for this is so that when I start in the morning, it feels fresh And so that I know that I have what I need, but not more than I need, so that my space is properly decluttered. So that's the next step, is organize your space so that everything has a place and put it into categories so you know where to find it. Okay, so we've talked about the importance of decluttering your workspace, why a clean desk matters. We've talked about how to go about doing that. What on earth are the benefits? There are 3. The main benefit to decluttering your workspace is because we know that physical clutter equals mental clutter. You will have much better clarity of thought, much better processing, a much more ability to get into flow and be cognitively focused when what you do is you declutter and clean up your workspace. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that, as we've talked about quite a bit on my channel, things take time, and time is your most valuable resource. So one of the other benefits of cleaning out your desk, cleaning out your workspace, and having a clean workstation is that you actually claim time back. It turns out that the stuff that you had to search through and root through in order to find, that all took valuable time out of your day. So the next thing that happens is that better organization means you are much better typically at time management. Finally, the benefit in a clean workspace, especially if you work in an environment with lots of other people, is that it is a signal to others about how well organized you are. And we know from the research that people who appear to be better organized aren't just taken more seriously, but there's more respect given to their time and energy. So if you want to signal to others that you are highly organized and you value your time and you have good time management skills, a clean desk or a clean desk policy will also help with this. Thank you so much for watching. I'd love to know in the comments below, how do you feel when your workspace is cleaner or you've cleaned off your desk? Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.